Are you making a mistake by paying debt off too quickly? I'm going to explore the pros and cons of paying debt off too quickly and see how it affects you. Let's get in. Most financial gurus will tell you to pay off your debt, as quick as possible. And while this sounds great and all, it's not always an effective strategy. A very great example of someone who does this, please don't sue me, is Dave Ramsey. His style is like pay off all your debt. Don't be in debt. Don't go into debt for anything, really. Again, his system works okay, but it's not always the way to go. And for him to use as a universal rule is really honestly off.
There's greed, and then people calling into the show at 60 going, I'm screwed, what do I do?
So that, in the simplest terms, would be your advice to make any viewer watching right now a millionaire.
Yeah. If you just follow these principles, you will get there.
Now, there is pros to paying off your debt quickly. One of the biggest things is, you save money on an interest. It also has the possibility of improving your credit score. Others didn't really care. Again, this really just depends on what you're trying to do. And again, going back to emotional satisfaction, for some people, paying off their debt quicker just gives them this sense of relief for not having to, get all that burden on them financially, and allows them to do other opportunities with their money. So obviously, paying off debt too quickly can have its downsides. For example, you might use all of your emergency funds money to pay off your debt. Yes, you're debt free now, but now you have no cash in case something happens. And there's not really an amount to have, but generally, if it's monthly income, I think it's save 1% of how much you make. And if it's yearly, I think it's 10. I have to look into it. I'll put a graphic on the screen so y'all can see. And also, you can miss out on investment opportunities that would make you way more money. You can pay it all off and you would be debt free. But the problem is, if you pay it all off, you can't use that money because it'll be gone to buy another house that can make you money. You can get even like a fourplex, an apartment complex, again, depending on where you're at and stuff like that. But you're missing out on investment opportunities. Another thing is that you're really straining your budget. You're maxing out how much money you have available to use. Again, goes back to the same point. If you're using all your money to pay off your debt, then, you don't really have money to do other stuff. It's just period. You just don't. So obviously you have to find a right balance. And this is different for everybody. Again, consider your interest rates, your financial goals, and your personal circumstances. There's no way to say, you have to do it this way, this way, this way. Like, wholly should be what you want to do. Is making sure you do that. Personal example of myself is I have about $25,000 in debt. And yes, I have the funds to pay it all off at once, and I could do that. Problem is, now if I want to invest in stocks, I can't do it. If I want to get other investments or tap into other things and get to learn and stuff like that, I can't do it if I send all my funds to my credit card debt, which is what my debt is at. So again, it just very depends on what you're trying to do and how much risk you're willing to take. And if you pay off your debt, you just miss out on potential opportunities. So you have to weigh what's called opportunity cost. Let's say you want to invest in the stock market and you see a stock, it's $100 a share. You want to get the options trading, let's say. $100 a share. You go into it, but you only can max out the options that you have. So let's say you have to buy $1,000 shares, or $1,000 worth of shares, and you have $3,000 and you use all of it to pay off your debt, or you use most of it to pay off your debt. You only have $1,000 for the options. But if your options fail, then you still have to pay back the money. So again, depending on what you're doing, it doesn't always make sense to do. Remember, everybody, it's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. It's very situational to what works for your finances, your goals, and your personal satisfaction. If you find this video helpful, feel free to subscribe, like. Also, comment down below what you're trying to do with your debt. I'm not pocket watching, by the way. And if you want to see more videos like this, click on the button right there. Other than that, appreciate it. Peace out. Take care.